Hello everyone, welcome back to our 20th episode of our comic book pull list. And who knew that we would be here this long? But we are glad to be bringing you all the best and newest books that are coming this week. And my lord, it is a super duper heavy week, the same as last week. And I'm just happy that there are these many books coming out. It's really, really awesome to see all of this stuff coming out. And if you see me, or rather hear me, going up and down, this is the first year that I'm having the holidays and stuff without my mom, so just bear with us. But as the holidays grow closer, and it seemed like these weeks of comic book just grow bigger. We got a lot to look forward to in the coming months of the new year. And we got some things to discuss with you after we go through this. But we're going to run through these books. And afterwards, we got a little talk on what to look forward to. And some new comic book news as far as a new publisher, new books, and how they're going forward with their formatting, presentation, and selling of those books. But for now, we're going to go on for the week of December 19th. And this is episode 20 of our new comic book pull list. And we're going to start with Dark Horse Comics. We're only looking at two books from Dark Horse this week. And the first book is Crimson Lotus #2 by Mike Mignola and John Arcudi, with art by Mindy Lee. And it's just like creepy, weird, almost like little weird monkeys with those Chinese masks on. But sometimes you get weird and creepy, right? Next we have Witcher of Flesh and Flame. And this is just a video game by. We liked the last Witcher, and we're gonna try for this comic book. And that is written by Alexandra Moktyo and art by Mariana Strakowska. Yeah, I think those are the people that actually handle The Witcher overseas and do all the novels and such. But we can look forward to that. For DC Comics, we're going to start with Aquaman 43, and that's by Kelly Sue DeConnick and Robson Rocha, and that is starting a new storyline. We have two covers for that. We have the Robson Rocha cover and the alternate Aquaman movie cover by Nicholas Scott, which looks a little funny. Batman 61 by Tom King and Travis Moore. We have cover A by Tony Daniels and cover B by Francesco Mattina. And I will say this, I don't know if I'll get to my best of 2018 or whatever you want to call it, but this cover right here, yeah, that's cover of the year right there by 3. Ridiculously awesome. Enough said. Catwoman #6 by Jolie Jones, and that has two covers. Cover A is by Jolie Jones, and we have a Merry Christmas cover by Stanley Artgerm Lau. Yeah, buy one for you and a Christmas present for your friend. New book coming out this week, Freedom Fighters #1 by Robert Venditti and Eddie Barrows. And we have two covers for that. And Eddie Barrows cover A, and Ben Oliver for cover B, and that cover B is smoking. That is a Uncle Sam that recruits or you die. Harley Quinn 56 by Sam Humphries and John Timms. Of course, we have this week's cover for this by by Gillian March is really, really nice. Usually the cover A's for Harley Quinn kind of suck, but this one is pretty cool. And of course we have our sledding Frank Cho cover, of course. Justice League number 14 by James Tinney and Scott Snyder and Stefan Sokovia. And a regular cover by Jim Chung. And a cover B by Stefan Sajek, which is really, really nice cover for that. Nightwing 55 by Scott Lobdell and Travis Moore. 2 covers for that. Chris Monaghan is doing the cover A, and Tyler Kirkman gives us a little bit of a Batman family for cover B. Teen Titans 25, we get the origin of Lobo's daughter Crush here, and that comes with 2 covers. We got a Robson Rocha for cover A, and cover B is another awesome computer-generated cover by Alex Gardner. And this book is by Adam Glass with the art by Robson Rocha. Cover number 4 by Brian Michael Bendis and David Mack. That also has 2 covers, a David Mack cover and a really cool Mitch Gerrits for cover B. American Carnage number 2 by Brian Hill and Leandro Fernandez. I didn't get to read the first one. I have it. I'm definitely picking up this book. It's nice to have some stuff that's not superhero orientated. That will give you a very, very good read. Right now, that's it for DC Comics. Dynamite Comics presents James Bond 007 number 2. And I believe I'm just looking at cover A by Dave Johnson and Clayton Henry cover, and that's cover C. That's by Greg Pak and Mark Lamming. Also from Dynamite, we have John Wick number 4 by Greg Pak and Giovanni Valletta. And we have a Ben Garriga cover for cover A and a photo cover for cover B. And that'll wrap it up for Dynamite. Next, we have IDW. We have G.I. Joe Real American Hero 258, by Larry Hama and Ron Joseph, that has 3 covers. Cover A is by Ron Joseph, cover B is by John Royal, and C is an incentive cover by Jamie Sullivan. I think that is it that we are covering from IDW. Image Comics, we have Gideon Falls number 9 by Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino. We have a Sorrentino for cover A and a James O'Barr cover for cover B. The Warning number 2 by Edward LaRoche, and picked that up, but also didn't get to read number 1. But I guess that's a spec book, whatever you want to call it. And the last book for Image Comics, we have Spawn 292 by Todd McFarlane and Jason Sean Alexander with a really monstrous Matina cover for cover A. And that's the only one that I'm showing. For Marvel Comics, The Amazing Spider-Man number 12 by Nick Spencer. And I believe it's saying Humberto Ramos is doing this, but I believe, what's his name? The other cat is back on. Nick Spencer is back on this book. So we can only hope. This book here has 3 covers? Yeah. You have Ryan Otley cover for cover A. We have a Fantastic Four villain cover, which is on fire, by Andy Granov, and a Conan cover by Mark Bagley. Black Panther versus Deadpool number 3 by Daniel Kibblesmith and Ricardo Lopez Ortiz. We have a Ryan Benjamin cover for cover A, and a Otsgor Yeldemir cover for cover B. Captain America number 6 by Tanase Coates and Nano Francis Yu. Cover A is by none other than Alex Ross. Cover B is a Fantastic Four Villains cover by Djurjevic. And we have a Butch Geist Conan cover for cover C. Champions Annual number 1. And I believe I'm only showing cover A, and that's by Sean Izaskis. And that's by Jim Zub and Marcus Toe. Not picking it up, but I guess a lot of other people are. Dead Man Logan number 2. And I'm only showing cover A for that, and that is by Ed Brisson and Mike Henderson. Defenders Best Defense number 1, and that has a innumerable amount of covers. That is by Al Ewing and Joe Bennett. Cover A is by Ron Garney. We have a Scotty Young cover, and a really, really cool incentive variant cover by Arthur Adams, and Valerio Shitai cover also. Get out there and pick one of them up. Book looks pretty fire, and I guess it tie-ins to all the other Defenders Best Defense books. Extermination number 5 by Ed Brisson and Pepe Larraz, and this is the final issue of this book. Cover A, of course, is by Mark Brooks. Cover B is by Mark Hawthorne. That is a connecting cover. And we got a nice incentive cover here by Pepe Larraz, which tells us that it is the return of Cyclops. And I believe we also have a Oliver Copel Cyclops variant. Wow, that's a grip. I think it's over like $42. Alrighty. Infinity Wars number 6 by Jerry Dugan and Mike Diodato Jr. Cover A is by Diodato Jr. And I am only showing the other cover for that is the Fantastic Four Villains cover by Jen Partel, and one of the most awesome covers this week with the Infinity Warps by Mark Brooks. And that's not expensive at all. I would highly suggest you grab that book. Infinity Wars Fallen Guardians number 1 by Jerry Dugan and Andy McDonald. And showing 2 covers for that. The R.B. Silva for cover A, and the Fantastic Four Villains cover by Djurjevic. That's pretty cool. The Life of Captain Marvel number 5 by Margaret Stoll and Carlos Pacheco. And I am only showing the Julian Totino cover for that. And that also, I believe, is the final issue for that book. Marvel Knights 20th Anniversary number 4 by Vita Alea, Donnie Cates, and Joshua Cassara. Cover A is by Jeff Shaw, showcasing the Black Panther. We have the connecting cover by Carrie Andrews and the incentive variant cover by Jay Lee of a really stoked Black Panther. Old Man Hawkeye number 12 by Ethan Stacks and Marco Cicchetto. I guess this is the last book that he's doing before he jumps over to Daredevil. And this has 2 covers, Cicchetto cover for cover A, and a Fantastic Four Villains cover of Titana. The Punisher number 5 by Matthew Rosenberg and Simone Kudranski. And that has a Greg Smallwood cover for cover A and a Fantastic Four Villains cover for cover B. I don't think I'll put cover A for this next book, but Season's Beatings. I guess it's supposed to be some type of commercial Christmas book or whatever. And it has a really, really sick picture of Kang for cover B, and that's going for cover price too. I would definitely grab that. Story number 3 by Nida Okofor and Leonardo Romero. And Spider-Geddon number 5 by Christos Gage and George Molina. Where they're showing the 2 covers for that. The cover A by George Molina, and cover B, the connecting cover by In-Hook Lee. The Mighty Thor number 8 by Jason Aaron and Mike Del Mundo. We are showing all 4 covers for this. Cover A is by Mike Del Mundo. Cover B is that Fantastic Four villains cover. And then we also have a Kari Andrews cover of Angela, which has the little Stan Lee stamp on it, and a Thor versus Conan cover for that. We have various different True Believers coming out this week also, and I believe that is the first or second appearance of the Black Panther that is highlighted there. You also would probably do well to get that. Uncanny X-Men number 6, which continues this weekly run by Ed Brisson and Yidlar Sinar. That has various covers, but I believe I'm only showing cover A. But that also does have a J. Scott Campbell Conan cover, which is regular price, so you might want to pick that up. Weapon H11 by Greg Pak and don't know that first name, but Villanova is the last name. Pick that up. That's a great book. I'm so late on that. I guess I'll grab the trades. And last but not least, for Marvel Comics is the West Coast Avengers number 6 by Kelly Thompson and Danielle Di Canulio. So last but not least, we have our independent books. And first up for that is one of the creepy books of 2018, which I have to say, these independent companies, and Image also has really done quite well as far as publishing new and outstanding books. A Walk Through Hell number 6 by Garth Ennis and Gorgon Suzuka. And if you're not picking that book up, I would highly recommend that you do, to try to get the regular issues by itself. It's a great book. Artifact 1 number 3 by J.T. Cull and Romina Marielli. And we have a Marinelli cover for cover A and a Mavinja cover for cover B. Firefly number 2 by Greg Pak and Dan McDade. And I believe I'm showcasing 3 covers here. Cover A is by Lee Garbett, which is a really nice cover. Cover B by Joe Quinitz, and cover C by Diego Galindo. And all of those covers look fantastic. And if you are a Joss Whedon fan or a fan of Firefly, I would suggest you picking that book up. And the last book of this week, and the last of our independent books, is Sparrowhawk number 3 by Delia Dawson and Matthias Basla. You need to pick that book up. All of these independent books are just great reads, especially if you're looking for something that's off of the path of superheroes. And that's it for this week. We're gonna just highlight some things that occurred to me this week. Before we do that, we're gonna, forgot, sorry, one last book. And that book is Livewire from Valiant. And that's a number 1, and that's by Vita Alea and Raul Allen. And cover A is by Adam Polina. And that has a bunch of covers, but I'm only going to show A and B. And B is by Harvey Libio. And that, it looks kind of cool. I don't really do Valiant too much or nothing like that. And that is a wrap for this week's books. Promise. And we're going to discuss a few things. And that actually is the cover of the week, which I think this time I only picked one. And that is actually, no, I picked the top three. I'm sorry. Here we go. That Amazing Spider-Man with Galactus on the cover is definitely one of the most beautiful covers of this week, if not the year. And that is absolutely stunning. That would make a great poster. That's art fit to be framed. And our number two is The Last Infinity Wars, right here by Mark Brooks, showing all the Infinity Warps. And that is definitely like a cross between his own work and something by Boris Vallejo or something. That cover looks ridiculous. And for my number one cover of the week, and definitely my cover of the year, it is this Batman by Francesco Mattina. He has been killing it across the board this year, but this book, I mean, with the Batmans and the Deathstrokes and all of this other stuff, especially with I think Batman and Deathstroke both, he's been doing a lot of red and black. But this Batman crashing out of the side of this building right here, and you can actually see the little tow line connected to his utility belt. Fire. Yeah, and that is the cover of the year. And if I would pick a book of the week, it would be Teen Titans 25 with The Origin of Crush. And there's one really cool thing this week. The Batman Who Laughs #1 came out, and I'm sure everybody grabbed their share of them. But Mattina, there he goes again, excuse me, just released another cover for that book, and this is for The Batman Who Laughs #2, and it is showcasing the Grim Knight on the cover, and it is killer. And that book is releasing in January, so it cannot be the cover of the year. But wow, what a way for Mattina to start 2019. That book is ridiculous. And before we go, I just want to let you guys know that there is a new publishing label out, and they are called TKO. And it has a lot of familiar dealing out books. And I don't think you can get these books in your comic book shop or from like any other unknown online comic shops. You have to go to TKO and get these books there. And me personally, I follow Steve Epting on Instagram. So I saw the book advertised, not really knowing how they were going to like put the book out. I thought it was going to be like Image or something like that. But you can only get these books on the TKO website. And, you know, I'm a Garth Ennis, Steve Epting fan. So definitely their book is called Sarah. And it's about like a Soviet soldier. They always love those old soldier stories and stuff. Those are the guys that helped create Winter Soldier. But they got a few books here already that you could buy, and the rest of them are like coming soon and stuff like that. But it's trippy because you can either get all the books, the entire series is like a 6-issue limited series, all digital, right away, complete, ready for purchase right now. Or you can get a box of all 6 issues in a collector's box, the individual issues all together, 1 through 6. You can read the entire story right now, or you can buy a trade paperback with it all together. It's really kind of cool, depending on, you know, how you collect and how you want to read it or whatever. But, you know, it really makes a cool way to collect and a cool way to give gifts. So I would really ask you to support these guys, because you know, it's really, really good work. And that Goodnight Paradise looks kind of sick too, and so does the 7 Deadly Sins. But birthday's coming up, so I may treat myself, and that'd be a nice New Year's birthday present to myself. But that's it for this week, fellas, and we will see you next week, which is a super duper duper short week. And I'll probably put that out in the middle of the week. I think there's only like 8 books or something like that that's coming out, even though it's multiple covers. So the week that of Christmas, there's like nothing coming out. So you can like rest assured and just rest easy, because the first week in January is a monster load of comic books. Good stuff from top to the bottom. So until next time, I will see you guys soon. Same bad time, same bad channel. Peace.